Should have some positive vibes off of these games. Never mind Rafi Devers, some other guys getting going offensively. Crochet looked like an ace last night. These are two good wins for them, I think.
Yeah, very important 21 hours to your point. When they lost the opener in Baltimore on Monday, you were looking at potentially, if it all went bad, 1-6 coming home. Instead, they win the series. They come home 3-4. And going into the series, they said already, sneaky important series for them. And I think the whole thing started with Crochet. This is what the $170 million man is supposed to do. And Cora said something like that after the game last night. Team is skidding. You can't hit. Your starters outside of your ace are kind of wishy-washy, so-so. And he comes out and throws bullets for 8 innings. You get a 3-0 lead, and then you go from him to Chapman, and the Orioles are looking at 98 all night long. So, to me, it started there. They jumped on him today, too. Day game, obviously, in Baltimore. But important day, less than a day. Because you go home 1-6, and you're not hitting, you run the risk of getting your asses booed. I doubt that would have happened because people are so high on the team.
But people would start to get panicky.
Yes,
and
you'd get irritated.
Yeah.
You'd get irritated. And instead it went the other way. And, Endeavors has started to make contact.
Crochet's the real deal, though, at least through these first couple of starts. I mean, for them skidding, like he's a guy that was clear last night. Like, you got a real ace that can stop the bleeding. A lot of weak contact, making guys miss, ahead in the count. Like, he was way better last night than he was in the first game.
And, Mike, this is an obvious thing, but statistically, when you look at it, to have that guy at the front of your rotation is massive. So they've played 7 games. They're 2-0 with Crochet. They're 1-4 with the rest of them. So, now you got to find a way to win on those other days. But, if you can just go 500 on the days that guy doesn't pitch, you'll probably win 90 games. Something close to it. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. They go 12 over with Crochet on the mound, 87-75. And, that's where it gets them. To that, you become a B-plus team just by having him.
Meanwhile, a bunch of guys last couple of days sort of, I don't know if I'd say break out, but at least started to get going. Leading with Rafi Devers, 3 hits in the last 2 games. Tonight, he was 0 for 3, and then in the late innings, he blistered one right up the middle. That should be good. Casas started to go the other way. He had an opposite field home run, Casas did, against a left-handed pitcher. Story hit a home run last night.
He did.
Or today.
First inning.
Bregman got one today.
Bregman
Might have been the second. Yeah.
Bregman got one today, had a couple hits. Is he using the torpedo bat?
So there were reports. He didn't have it at the start of the game last night.
Jimmy Milliken, did Bregman use the torpedo today? No?
He said no.
No. And so not even using the torpedo.
Apparently he used it in batting practice before last night's game, and I don't know that he ever brought it into the game. He said he wanted to try it and see what it was like. Hope he enjoyed it.
Your thoughts?
So look, the bat's legal, if you're asking me specifically about the bat.
I'm asking about the Red Sox players getting going.
Yeah, look, I think it was a matter of time before they started to hit. They got too many good players to have the middle of the lineup go, over for the whole road trip. So Devers is the big one, but Bregman obviously woke up. Story finally hit something. It was a hanging breaking ball over the middle of the plate. I wouldn't get too many high hopes for him because anything over 92 miles an hour he has trouble with. So I'm not a big Trevor Story guy. I just don't think that there's a lot there. Bregman's different. Devers is different. Casas is young enough and good enough where he should make a difference. So if you were to say to me, of those guys, who's the flukiest? I will tell you Trevor Story. Kristian Campbell had 2 more hits today.
I was going to say, how have your Kristian Campbell emails looked?
Getting a lot of that.
I'll tell you, I said to you in the during one of the breaks, slight frame, hitting opposite field, some power. There's a Mookie Betts type thing there with him.
He's got that kind of bat speed, Murray. So I'll tell you what I love about Campbell, and this now is like, in the last 3 or 4 games. He's hit 4 balls to right field for doubles. I think he's got 4 doubles, and they're all to right field. And you want me to start throwing stupid names at you? It's going to lead people to mock me. His ability to get a fastball on the inside half of the plate and still hit it to right field, the way he handles the bat and manipulates the bat is Jeter-esque. It is Jeter-esque.
Why are you encouraging people, Mazz?
Okay, because that's what we do. And then when they call...
What are you doing,
No. Not in this direction. You usually encourage them in the other direction.
No. Then when they call and say it back, I'm going to mock them. But he really has an uncanny ability to be able to do that. Not a lot of guys can do that, handle a pitch on the inner half of the plate, moving at 95 miles an hour and stay behind the ball and hit the head, have the head of the bat angled in such a way that you make good contact and still hit doubles into right field. And so, to me, that's the best ability he's shown so far. The home runs, everyone wants those. We'll take them, but lots of guys can pull the ball out of the ballpark. If you can do that and hit doubles to right, and he can do it consistently, then he's a different kind of player. We'll see. If I were opposing teams, I would pound the crap out of him inside with fastballs.
Campbell.
Yep.
Even though you just said he can handle the bat and go the other way with that pitch.
Okay, but again, I would go so far in that it's off the plate. In other words, if he wants to swing at it, let him try to pull a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and hit it out of the ballpark. The ones he's hitting, I would say, are middle third. They're on the plate. I would go in even farther. I would try to tie him up every single time.
Okay. I think it's, I think it was important to stop the bleeding, but also just in conjunction with the contracts. It's like if it had gone the other way, these are kind of risky contracts. You're giving Crochet a record-setting. No one has even gotten close to those kind of dollars, given the number of innings that he's pitched. It's few of innings. So it's like complete market-busting kind of precedent-setting kind of deal. Campbell, very team-friendly, but still, it changes the whole dynamic on him.
Sure.
From, we'll throw him in here, see how he does, and go from there, to now he's here. You don't pay a guy that kind of money to send him back to the minors if he slumps in April and May. So it's like they get those contracts. You're 1-4, and I'm not saying it ends the season, but if Garrett Crochet doesn't exactly look like an ace in his first outing or Campbell goes the other way, it just that temperature that we talk about. It's like they're 1-6 and you just paid him what? And he can't even get, what? It's like it just turns everything up that one extra notch. And for these guys to look like they're worth the money immediately is just, it helps. Good start. You don't have to hear it for a week or two. You know what I mean? It's like just because the alternative sort of builds on itself, and then, you can't win a title in April, but you can play yourself out of it. And that would have contributed to that whole other thing.
For sure.
So I think those were big spots, and they've obviously come through.
Yeah, right out of the gate. We talked about this yesterday. Again, the whole reason they have Crochet is to do what he did last night. How many times did he have to do that for Chicago last year? And the answer is we don't know, because it never mattered. The team was so freaking bad. If he went out there and lost, it wasn't, it wasn't going to kill their season. They was already dead to begin with. But now there are stakes. The guy has to pitch, and he has to win when he goes out there.
Nick in Fall River, your thoughts on those contracts?
Hey guys, thanks for the call. So yeah, with the Crochet contract, I called the other day, and I said that it felt like a smokescreen, and I kind of want an annul on that, because after they signed Campbell, I kind of feel a little bit differently now. Originally, I felt like it was them kind of overreacting to the start. Now it feels like they're actually starting to whip out the checkbook a little bit, and I like it, because obviously it's two good players, and just keep doing things like this, keep guys like this, and do whatever you can to keep Devers hitting, because he's actually starting to look good again.
Okay, the Crochet deal I'll give to you. The Kristian Campbell, I'm sorry. They try to get a lot of these young players to take these below market deals, and then it's on the player. So like I think they did this with Mookie Betts, and he never took it. They did it with Tristan Casas last year. He didn't take it. I'm sure they've done it with a lot of these guys along the way, and we may not even know it.
And who wouldn't?
What do you mean, who wouldn't?
Every team would want.
Every team probably does this.
Yeah.
Yes, you bet. Absolutely. Yeah. So like I'm not giving you the Kristian Campbell. The story there is that he took it. Them offering that deal doesn't signal any sort of change of approach or anything on their part. Sorry, no. Crochet, I'll give you. Like, again, he's the 6th highest paid pitcher in the game.
Correct.
And he had 9 wins before this. So that's legit money. That's a legit risk, and they took it, and I'll definitely put that on the list for you.
Yeah, so again, I'm pleasantly surprised.
And he looks the part.
Yeah, because I got the sense, I was worried after what happened in spring training when he came in and said, I'm okay not taking a deal and pitching the year. My value will be more at the beginning of next season. So then I'm thinking, well, here you go. The Red Sox are trying to give him the John Lester treatment.
So, and him being an ace is not just his stuff, which is obvious. He's got to be a stopper. He's got to go deep in games. He's got to take the ball every 5 days. Now, it's not just having that kind of a repertoire, which again is obvious. So that's what last night, 8 innings. It's the first time he had pitched 8 innings, Mazz, since his first start in college.
College.
Right?
Correct.
So, that's what it takes. And it stops a losing streak. And now you've got to take the ball in 5 days and, throw. He only threw 92 pitches. You got to throw in the 90 pitches again the next time and give your team a chance to win. And every 5 days, and that's the next thing. He's got the stuff to do it. Certainly has the physical plant to do it. He's a big dude.
Oh, yeah, he's huge, yeah. And I think he had 92 going into the 8th. He finished with 104.
Oh, he did go.
Just over 100.
Yeah, okay, good.
But even then, the efficiency's pretty good. I mean, you go 8 innings, you're looking usually at around 120.
Okay, Red Sox stuff on the board.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.